Okay, so before I get into doing my nails, this is gonna be kind of like a beginner friendly nail video, so I thought I would kind of include a little like supply section of everything you're gonna need if you want to like try and recreate this or do it at home. So if you're doing a gel manicure, you know, just on your bare nails, like your bare natural nails, the first thing you're gonna need is a lamp. Now, I've been using this one from Sun UV for about for a while. I've never had any problems with it, but I have seen some Reddit posts saying that Sun UV is not a good brand, so I'm kind of like nervous to recommend it to you guys because I don't want to recommend something that's not good. But I am looking into getting a bigger, more expensive lamp. I want to get the Kiara Sky lamp, but that is pretty expensive. It's almost $200. But this lamp, I've never had any problems with it, but I would say just do your own research and be safe. And also, disclaimer before I go on, I'm not a professional. I just like to do my nails at home, and I just like making videos of doing my nails. So, you know, pardon me if there's any unintentional misinformation in this video. Just take everything with a grain of salt, guys, okay? You guys already saw me use these things, but you're also gonna need a buffer to to buff your nails very lightly, and a file just to shape your nails. This one is clearly used, but I usually use 180 to 240 because I just like how softer it feels. I used to use 100 to 180, but I just switched to this because I like it better. Now you're also going to want to have some type of primer. I don't use primer in my videos because I'm not really going for retention on my nails, but if you do want your nails to last, I would recommend using primer. Every time I do my sister's nails, I use primer, and this is the one I've had since I first started doing my nails. It has the worst smell ever, but it does its job. Just make sure you're not getting this on your skin. And then next up, you need a top and base coat, obviously. I decided to choose Goy. I don't know if that's how you say them, but they are a pretty affordable brand on Amazon, and I've never had any problem with their polishes, and I think they make pretty decent quality stuff. But I would be careful if you are allergic to HEMA, because I'm pretty sure these are not HEMA free. And of course you're going to need a basic color. I got this Kiss shade from Sally Beauty, and I've been wanting to use it in a set, so I'm going to use it today. But you can use any color you want. I have a black polish from Goy that I don't use very often, but we'll be using it today too. And that's just pretty much everything you'll need for a basic gel mani on your nails. But if you want to do extensions, you're going to need a few more things. I'm going to be using these nail tips today. I would prefer to use soft gel or a Prey, but I'm kind of broke right now, and their nail tips are like $20 a box, and Model 1 sent me these for free like a couple months ago. So these are Long Stiletto by Model 1s. The Amazon brand tips are okay, but if you ever try a Prey or soft gel or any slightly more expensive Gel X brand, you'll be able to tell the difference in quality. These tips are obviously more thinner and very malleable, and none of them fit me for some reason. That's too small. Okay. But I do like the shape, and I'm just working with what I have here. If you want more structure, because these are pretty flat, I'd recommend probably going over with a layer of builder gel if you feel like they're too thin or if they might snap. But any tips should be good. Any size, shape that you like. And lastly, you're gonna need some glue to to attach the nail tips. Now, I wanted to use a more affordable nail glue, but I genuinely can't handle any other nail glue. This one is my favorite, and I think you guys know that. I know this is on the pricier side, and I know it's probably even more expensive to buy now with all the tariffs in the US, but I would also suggest the Apres glue. I wanted to buy the Apres system, like the kit that they sell for like $100, $200, but like I said, I'm broke right now. The last two things you will need, it's not a requirement. Actually, one of them is a requirement. You're gonna need some kind of flash cure lamp if you decide to do extensions. Otherwise, I have no idea how you're gonna glue on the tip. I have this flower one from McCart. It has a adjustable head, and you know, you can turn it on and off. My only problem with this one is that sometimes it'll say fully charged and then it'll just die on me. So I would be careful with this. I think mine is just dying. And then I also have a handheld flash cure lamp that I use in all my videos. And if you plan on following along with today's design, you're also gonna need some sponges and this tiny claw grabber thingy, which these two are usually sold together. I'd also recommend just a plain simple disposable palette like this for any nail art you might want to do. So yes, this is technically everything I'll be using for today's video, and maybe some charms that I'll link later. Okay, guys, I haven't used Amazon brand tips since like maybe May or June, and all I have to say is don't even waste your $5. Go ahead and buy a Prey or soft gel because I genuinely don't like how these feel. They're really thin and flimsy. There's a very little apex. I mean, obviously you could add a layer of builder gel, but I don't want to do that. And the biggest size does not cover my whole thumb. And I'm sorry guys, but I am too lazy to redo this. I'm only planning on having this set on for like 10 days, so I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, I would rather buy a Prey stiletto or soft gel stiletto instead of use these again. Oh my god. There's a mosquito in my house that's been terrorizing me for the past week, and it's now in my room. And he keeps escaping every time I'm about to kill him. Anyways, the extensions turned out fine after all my struggling, but just buy a Prey or soft gel. Oh my god, he's here. I got him! Oh my god, I'm so happy right now. Look away if you are scared of bugs. Look at that. It feels so good. It feels so good. I have at least 10 or 20 bug bites on my legs because of this thing. So now he's being publicly humiliated. Why? Because mosquitoes don't deserve to live. This nail popped off like last week, and I got sick, and I thought I was gonna do my nails last weekend, but I got sick. So it's just been sitting on my desk because I was too lazy to reattach it. They're holding up pretty fine, but I'm ready to get them off because I don't like the set. I'm probably never going to use these tips again because they suck. Oh my god, it looks so bad. You can like tell how badly school is stressing me out. Anyways, I'll see you guys, I don't know, but I'm still gonna post another Halloween set eventually.